Welcome back, YouTube. J-Bob, the video game slob, coming back at you with what we got in the mail today, what we were buying, what we were selling. I had picked up a couple DVDs for my friend. This is probably several videos ago, and he finally got around to paying me back. And he said instead of $3, I could have Shrek the Third. So I think that's probably going to net me more than $3. So decent trade there. I don't know, maybe $10 bill. We'll put that out in the booth. People like that. This came into the video game store. Really cool demo disc. I didn't have, unfortunately, you can see when the light hits it, this thing is scratched beyond belief. But, we won't enter it into the collection or anything like that, but we'll keep a copy just so we, know what it looks like instead of just throwing it in the trash. I said, I'll take that. So that was pretty cool. Let's see, what else we got? I sold a Nintendo Wii with some controllers, and the person messaged and said, hey, I have some PlayStation games, can I bring them up? Maybe we could make a deal on that. And I said, sure. So for $10, I agreed to buy all the stuff that you'll see here. So it just came in a box. She really wasn't a video game person. Obviously, she's buying a Wii in 2025. And so there was a manual for Game Breakers. There was like the back cover art to a motorsports game. It's probably the manual to the thing. There you go. A bunch of loose discs that, again, my buddy did not have any boxes for at his store. These are probably all scratched beyond belief. I know you're thinking, is this really worth $10? Not yet, but that's generally what we got there. And we threw that game to the floor. There you go. This was, I've been trying to collect the better Xbox games that I'm missing, so this one popped up for $28 all in. So now I have a nice minty copy, good-looking disc with the manual, so one more checked off the list. I'd had this for PS2 and always put off getting it for Xbox, but as you can see, it was once, $40 back in the past. This is one of those rare games that, 7 years ago or something was worth more money than it was today, which is not often the case. There you go. Here's another one from the video game store. Just gave me, I already had the Volume 4 interactive disc, but I didn't have it in the sleeve. And why I like the sleeve is it has Parappa the Rapper and Armored Core on it. I think I have all of these at this point. I have a ton of them, but there you go. That was pretty cool. Intelligent Cube, again, another one that was fairly expensive, I think, until the PlayStation Mini came out and kind of quashed that. Again, a lot of these games really aren't worth too much. I thought this would have some value, being that it was game 1825 on the system there, but apparently not. Nobody cares. Couple dollar game. Again, racing, couple dollar game. Breeders' Champ. I've never played this. I know it's a Bethesda game. I bet that's terrible. Never messed with that. This one's, I don't know, same thing. Probably a couple bucks. The later March Madnesses always tend to be better. This was the first time that maybe something could be good in there. I think this is something I would sell for $6 or so bucks. But yeah. Again, sports titles aren't really great to have. The only good thing about them is I do make up lots of these, put them on Marketplace, and then people spend about 50 cents or a buck a piece, depending on the system and, what era games that you have for them. So I guess it is always kind of nice because the more sports you get, the more you can get a critical mass. People aren't going to meet you to buy 5 of them, but if you got 20 of them for 10, 15, 20 bucks, somebody will come out and get them, and there you go. That's just kind of free money. That you can get. The NASCAR is probably, another game I could put out for $5. And again, I thought, I don't really see Bodie Miller alpine skiing very often. I don't know if it's a later release, somewhat later. But yeah, nobody cares. And the only thing that made this deal worth picking up for $10 were these wireless dongles. I was sort of famous for picking these things up from Goodwill years ago, back when they were like 20, 25 bucks. But I sold this in one day for 35, so pretty happy about that. There you go. Just an easy way to just add some value to a pickup. I was already going out to meet that person, so might as well add a little value. If you've never ordered from Play Asia, they usually throw in stickers or those little, chibi things or whatever the word is for that I'm probably screwing up. But here they were throwing in Joy-Con stickers, which, I don't know. If you have to get something for free from a promo throw-in, that's not bad. So we got 2 copies of Empire of Angels. One is now on the floor. Not going to grade that a Wada 8. Hard to say what drew me to this game. Really anybody's guess. But I think that's a reinterpretation of Mario in the frog suit. If I had to guess, I think that's the case. I don't know. You let me know, chat. What do you think down there? All these were like a little under 20 bucks. So, pretty great. That's their RPG. These are all East Asia Soft or Play Asia's like, limited edition versions of the game. They all come with a bunch of chonkiness. They're serial numbered, which is cool. All that kind of stuff. So for I think this was like 58 bucks or something for, no, that wouldn't be right. Like 110 bucks or something like that. Picked all this up. Again, it must have been a good deal if I'm picking up a racing game for 20 bucks, but it's got, a nice embossed cover there. They come with the printed manual. They come with the soundtrack CD, numbered 859. So, I don't know, kind of cool stuff. Again, all these Black Friday sales, this stuff comes in from Singapore. If you've never purchased from Play Asia, they really do a lot of cool releases, but some of this more oddball stuff, I just don't pick up all of it. There's just too many Switch games and likes to pick up, but, once they discount them or they go on clearance, then I'm all in. So, like I said, working on a tote from like a year and a half ago that's been in this room forever, and was walking you through some of the stuff I picked out of it last time, the zines, and so I just grabbed another handful of stuff out here, and I thought, oh, this is pretty cool, because it has the EA promos from back in the day. Wasteland obviously went on to be a, very popular, kind of an expensive game now if you had to get it into a big box. Let's see, what were some of the other... Oh, yeah, Jordan versus Bird. That one kind of got expensive. I always forget about games like Earl Weaver Baseball. Nobody remembers that anymore. But there you go, Skate or Die. I mean, that was the jam at one point. Modem Wars, fantastic there. Sentinel Worlds, Bard's Tale. Jeez, how many games have had the title Bard's Tale by this point now? So, there you go, just what EA was offering. But these fun things, a lot of these are like lost to history, so love finding that. Here was another one. You need this brochure. Our software is on your hard drive. This probably came pre-installed when you picked up your computer in 1995 or whenever this came out. But yeah, and of course, 10-hour free trial. If you weren't around for the AOL era, it was always free trials. I swear nobody paid for that thing. And who as a kid didn't love stealing those discs and using those free trials forever? So I think I'd picked up a graded Atari Force comic #1 in one of the more recent videos here. And so what was funny is I had no idea there was a trove of these comics in here, and so I now have the full set. This had the 2 missing comics that I needed, and so that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, and this is one of them, and oh my god, that is nightmare fuel, if nothing else. That might be the thumbnail pick for this video. That one's not terrible, but for the most part, I just am not a fan of the comic book covers of Atari Force. I don't know why. They're almost not goofy enough, or too goofy at the same time. I don't know if there's a sentiment for that, but maybe it's just the art style just isn't my particular liking. But either way, it's really cool to know I have the full set now. And then my buddies they got in one of the mini comics yesterday, and it was like, oh, okay, I think I have the full set, like 1 through 4. And he goes, no, I think there's a 5th one. Sure enough, there is. So I am missing one of the Atari Force mini comics. I looked at sold listings, and one of them had sold for like $32. So that one may always be off the bucket list. I don't know that I need a $32 Atari Force ungraded mini comic. But who knows? We'll see. Maybe it'll pop up someday. But until then, this is what J Bob the Video Game Slob's been up to. Let this haunt your nightmares.